Hello Unites! This is the second part in the intermediate level of chance and data for your NAPLAN. Following this, I will work through the advanced level, so please subscribe if you haven't yet, so that you can be notified of my next videos. Ellen needed to find the mean of these scores. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scores. Now she accidentally left out one score, but still got the right answer. Which score did Ellen leave out? Firstly, what does finding the mean mean? It means finding the average of the numbers. That means you calculate or you add up all the numbers and then divide by how many numbers there are. So these are our numbers over here, and I've already counted that there are 8 numbers, but let's add them up first. If you're adding them up without a calculator, which you can't have, I suggest you add them up vertically, or whichever way you like. So I'm adding the right side, and I get 30, 3 over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And my sum is 80. Back to this one, we divide it by 8, because there are 8 scores. Now that is equal to 80 over 8, and that equals 10. So the mean of these numbers is 10. If I left out one score and I added another 10 to it and I divided all that, that would be 80 plus 10. Now I have 9 scores, makes it 90 over 9, and my mean will be 10. So the score that Ellen left out would have been 10, and I highlight B. Max recorded the color of the bicycles at his school, and there were 23 red bicycles, 8 black, 16 blue, 6 green, and 11 were pink. Based on these results, what is the probability that a bicycle is blue? So the probability that a bicycle is blue is equal to the number of blue bicycles over the total number of bicycles. And we know that there are 16 blue bicycles, but now we have to add up all the bicycles together. So we'll do it 23 plus 8, 16, 6 and 11, and that'll be 24. So 2 over 3, 4, 5, 6, 64 bicycles. Altogether there were 64 bicycles. We'll need to find an equivalent number here. Let's just keep on dividing it by 2 each time, and we'll get 8 over 32. Okay, well, we could say that we can divide 8 into 32 is 4 and 1, so that means we'll have a quarter. So the probability of a blue bicycle is going to be a quarter, which is B. This graph is used for questions 11, 12 and 13 down here, and it is used to convert amounts in other currencies to amounts in Australian dollars. The Australian dollars is on the horizontal level over here, and the foreign currency is the ones in the vertical axes. Before we start converting anything, the most important part of this will be to decide on the division of the scale. I'm going to enlarge a particular part of this graph so that you can see what we're doing. You can see that there are 5 divisions in the vertical scale here. These 5 divisions have to be divided into 25. So 25 divided by 5 is going to give us 5, which means that our scale will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But when we look at the horizontal scale, it's not the same, because the divisions have to be divided into 20, and there are still 5 divisions. And if we divide 20 into 5, we'll get 4. So each division will be 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So let's have a look at question 11. How many British pounds will you get for 80 Australian dollars? So we'll draw a line, vertical line, at $80 up. And we will draw it all the way up to the British pounds because that's all we're interested in. And at that point, we'll have a look what the foreign currency will be by moving our marker to the left and deciding what that amount is. So we should read at this moment that that's going to be 25, 30, 35. So our answer will be 35. Now the second, question number 12 says, how many Australian dollars will you get for 60 New Zealand dollars? New Zealand dollars are represented on this line here that goes up, New Zealand dollars. So let's go and have a look for 60 on the foreign currency. Now 60 will be 50, that's 50, 55, 60 will be here. So we draw a line only up to the New Zealand dollars. And from the New Zealand dollars, we look down what this will be converted to Australian dollars. And we go down here. As we draw a vertical line, we need to read off. But remember that we're reading a different scale. If this is 40, then this is going to be 44, and this point will be 48. And so our answer will be $48. When we get to question 13, how many New Zealand dollars will you get for 30 US dollars? I'll move to the next screen to do question 13 so that we can use a clean graph. So in question 13, we're asked how many New Zealand dollars will you get for 30 US dollars? We're dealing with New Zealand dollars, which is this line here going up, and also US dollars, which is this line going up here. Now we need to anchor 30 US dollars. $30 in foreign currency will be, this is 25, so this one will be 30. And then we go to US dollars, 30 US, that's that middle line right up here. And now we want to find out how many New Zealand dollars will I get. So I'll need to go all the way up to New Zealand dollars. And then I'll need to reverse back and find out what that currency is in New Zealand dollars. So I'm going back to the foreign currency, and this is the reading that I'll get, $50. New Zealand dollars. The 40 participants in a fun run raised an average of $20 per person for charity. How much was raised altogether? Well, each person on average raised $20, and if there were 40 of them, then it'll be 40 times $20. And this should make $800 was raised. And I'll put $800 in the box. So this problem isn't too hard. Of the 200 students in Year 9, 120 came to school by bus. If a student is chosen at random from Year 9, what is the probability that he or she did not come by bus? So if there were 200 students, and if we take away the ones that came by bus, we'll know how many did not come by bus. So that will be 80 students who did not come by bus. And as we did before, the probability that the student did not come by bus is equal to 80 students who did not over the total amount of students that were there. This fraction needs to be simplified, so we can remove the 0 from the top and remove the 0 from the bottom, and we are left with 8 over 20. We still need to go further. Let's say that we now divide both by 2, so we have 4 over 10. Let's continue and now say 2 over divided. We would divide it again by 2. We have 2 over 5. And there is an answer here, 2 over 5. So we can now highlight this answer. In this question, we're going to consider the scores 8, 5, 11, 8, and 16. Which are 2 of these equal 8? Is mean equal to 8? Is mode equal to 8? Is the median equal to 8? Or is the range equal to 8? We must remember that there are 2 of these are correct. Find out what the mean is. We need to add up all the scores and divide it by the number of scores. So we add them up and there were 5 scores and we will get 48 divided by 5. And this is not going to be 8, but it's going to be something like 9 and 3/5. And mean is not our answer. To find the mode, we need to find the most common number, the one that comes up more than once, and that would be 8. And therefore 8 is the mode. That's correct. What about the median? Median is the middle number, but in this case it's not 11 because we need to arrange it from lowest to the highest, and that would look like this. So the middle number would be the number 8, and this equals to 8, so median is now one of our other answers. How do we find a range? The range is the difference between the largest number and the smallest number. 5, and that's equal to 9. So that is not our number. We just want to highlight the mode and we want to highlight the median. And in the next video we will do some more of the advanced problems in chance and data.